Do you have anybody else on your list, or is it more or less different
You
people?
mean
Uh,
other than
and
half of the
Je-
coaches in the
Jesse pretty
SEC?
much took everybody I was going to talk about. I think if I had to put one name up on the list is probably Billy Napier. I feel like anything less than 6 wins this season is going to result in him getting the can. Because again, we've talked about it. Florida fans are not going to be patient with that.
Right.
They had a couple of really bad losses last season that they probably, and they had a couple games they probably should have won, but they just kind of petered out there at the end. I think he's like number one on the who's got the hottest seat right now. I think Pittman's probably in a close second, still a couple degrees under that. I think he's going to be another name that's going to be tossed around as someone who could potentially get fired at the end of the season if he doesn't put something together. Um, again, Jesse kind of took everything I was looking at there. I think the other name is Shane Beamer. If you're going to put the three most important or the three hottest seats, I think Shane Beamer is probably another one. Because if you look at his record right now as the head coach at South Carolina, he's 20-18. Okay, if you take away a couple of those big key wins, like beating Clemson, beating Tennessee in 22, beating a couple of teams here and there, there's a chance he has a losing record and it doesn't look pretty. And they're paying him a ton of money. They're paying him more than they ever paid Steve Spurrier when Steve Spurrier was at Carolina. I just don't know if they're going to put up with that for much longer if he doesn't come up with a couple more key marquee matchup wins to kind of hang his hat on. So if I had to pick my three, it's Billy, Sam, and Shane. And I agree with Jesse. I think there's a lot of eyes on other teams. Another person that we've kind of overlooked that's his seat's not hot, but he's definitely somebody who has some really high expectations. Where if things break the wrong way, you could be looking at some trouble. Is Brian Kelly?
That's
There's a lot of pressure on LSU this season to produce a good season and make the playoff. But they're also look at who they lost. Jaden Daniels has gone to the league,
the Heisman
Yeah.
winner.
and they're gonna have to lean on some untested talent. So we're gonna have to see how it pans out. But again, that's another one that you kind of have to keep an eye on, along with Kalen DeBoer, like
Yeah.
Jesse said.
Yeah, I think LSU might be okay just because of Nussmeier. I mean, obviously they lose a little bit of the running side, but he can sling it. So I
He
think they'll
can.
be all right.